This happened shortly after 11:30 there Pacific time when that call came in for a hard landing. It was far worse than that. So many eyewitnesses calling into ABC News, echoing one another, describing what they saw, the angle of the plane, the massive flames and smoke, and the rescue efforts. And ABC's Lindsay Janis tonight on that part of the story.
Multiple eyewitnesses say they watched the Asiana flight crash land, some even catching it on camera.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Just how fast that we just saw a plane crash.
Danielle Wells, whose voice you hear, tweeted this: literally just witnessed a plane crash from start to finish. I cannot stop crying. She later told us what she saw.
All I see is this plane, like one wing come down and it starts just rolling on the little runway thing. And I just see a big fire and then all of a sudden just all this brown smoke start coming up.
Stephanie Turner says she watched the plane coming in and knew immediately something was wrong.
I noticed right away that the angle was wrong, that it was tilted too far back. And I could tell that something was going to happen. And then the angle, it didn't manage to straighten out before hitting the runway. So the tail of the plane hit the runway, and it was, it cartwheeled and spun and the tail broke off, and it looked like the plane had completely broken apart.
Another account, almost identical.
The plane's coming in, it looks like it was landing, but I noticed the nose was very high, higher than usual. I thought, well, that's odd, but I thought with the pilot, okay, he knows what he's doing. All of a sudden, when it hit the touch, all of a sudden the tail hit, all of a sudden flames came out, then started turning around like a cartwheel, and then it looked like I couldn't tell if it slid or not, and all of a sudden it was in flames.
For some, it was simply too much to watch.
We saw the plane crash, and we saw the rescue slides come out, but we were so just overwhelmed that we didn't want to continue watching.
ABC's aviation consultant John Nance, who's been with me all day long here, back on the phone for the West Coast tonight. And John, you've had a chance now to study the images and to listen to the eyewitnesses we just heard there in Lindsay's piece. As we look at images of this jet tonight, charred out and beside that runway, about the angle of the plane as it was coming in for the landing that we heard over and over again, that the tail was much lower than the nose of the plane. What does that tell you?
What it tells me, we do know that it was too low and too slow, and the only reason that pilots who were still in control of an airplane would be pulling the nose up that high, David, is if they were running out of airspeed and they did not have enough power. This is speculation as to why, of course, we don't know that, but it does bear an eerie resemblance to a previous 777 crash in London about 2008, in which they pushed the throttles up at 600 feet and nothing happened.
And John, we were all watching a short time ago when authorities in San Francisco came out to the microphone, the fire department, talking about the two that we know are dead. But they also said something very striking, which was that when the fire rescue teams arrived, the chutes were already deployed. What does that say about these crews who know that those first few minutes count most?
Well, it tells me that the capabilities of these crews, and this crew in particular, to do what crews are trained to do, which is almost a muscle memory of how to get people up, moving, and out of that airplane. That's what they're there for. Flight attendants are not there to serve liquor and food, as sometimes we think. They are there to get you off that airplane safely, and it looks like this crew did a superlative job.